Imagine you're digging a tunnel and suddenly find this. A stash worth 3 billion, with elytras, dragon heads, netherite and much more. And yes, now it's possible. Today I'm gonna build a 3 billion stash. Exactly, a 3 billion stash. I'm gonna use all my money, which is currently 130 million, plus 2.87 billion hidden in my ender chest. On Donut SMP, just like in real life, it's better to keep your money in assets like elytras, dragon heads, netherite or gear, since these items gain value over time, and it also secures your money from losing its worth due to inflation. Here are some things I'm gonna store in my stash: 5 elytras, 9 dragon heads, tridents, shulkers filled with netherite gear and much more. For building it, we're gonna use the most expensive blocks like netherite, sea lanterns, cyan glass and other rare building blocks. First, we need to find a good location for the stash. I don't want my 3 billion to get stolen by some random hacker. I'm gonna RTP and use my elytra to fly as far away from spawn as possible. My goal is to find an area without player activity and preferably far away from any villages. And yeah, of course, when I don't need villages, I always find them. Anyway, I think this is gonna be a good location. I hope nobody will be able to locate this base here. I'm also using anti-block rotation texture packs to make sure none of you, my dear viewers, will be able to spot it. Okay, so let's dig down as close to bedrock as possible. Yo, and I also got an amethyst geode here. That's nice. We can dig a few blocks away from it and start creating a room. I just need to hop on my creative word to quickly check how big the room should be. Yeah, and here's a tip for you. If you ever build anything on any server, I suggest you first build it in a creative word, so you know, for example, how big the room for the base or farm should be, or how many different blocks you will need. And yeah, it helps me a lot, especially if projects like this one. And I have no idea why my stash project looks like some huge bomb. Anyway, back on Donut SMP, we need to buy an amethyst drill pickaxe. It should last over 1 day, so we can sell it with profit after I'm done with mining. Okay, I think this one will be okay. So let's start digging. Oh, well, there's a cave, but don't worry, luckily it's not big, so we can just fill it with deep slate blocks. Such caves are everywhere on the server, so there's no point changing location just because we find a small one. And the room is finished. I hope I counted all the blocks correctly and I won't need to make this room even larger. Now let's buy a shulker to store all the required building blocks. Let's start with buying warped wart blocks. Bro, what is this name? Next, armor stands. 48 should be enough. Now we need some blue locks, which for whatever reason are called warped stems. Yeah, I need a few stacks of those. And I also have to buy very expensive blocks, sea lanterns. Bro, just look at their prices. Yeah, but anyway, I really need them. And also cyan glass, 100k for 1 stack. Bro, that's crazy. Let's also add some diamond blocks. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of them, plus some gold blocks and a few stacks of emerald blocks coming from my old trade farm that I built a while ago on the server. Finally, it's time to buy the most expensive block on the server, the netherite block, and not 1, not 2, but 7. Yes sir, 7 netherite blocks. This is also gonna be a great investment, by the way. Let's also put other items here, like dragon heads and beacons, since this will also become an integral part of the base. I think that's all, so let's move on to building. Bro, I love building in Minecraft. Like, especially if I already have a plan. If you're tired of absolutely getting railed in Crystal PvP and wanna play a shop survival server that has an hourly king of the hill, duels, server-wide events with insane prizes, and literally the best PvP method known to mankind, then join the brand new season of lifestealsmp and try out the new insane mythics that have invincibility, extra health, strength 4 and so much more. This isn't just launch, so you still have time to become the richest and take over the server. Join now with the IP and port on the screen to have a PvP experience of a lifetime. Let's start with the light source, some glass, some stairs. And the main part of the floor is now finished. I just need to add some diamond blocks to make this stash look richer. I wanted the whole base to be built in a blue color scheme, that's why I collected mostly blue items. It's quite hard to design something that looks nice and is also made out of diamonds. Yeah, now I have to replace these corner stair blocks with warped wart blocks. Bro, this name is still crazy. And then my Minecraft glitched.
Bruh.
Going back to the video, I'm gonna start building the walls. I forgot to buy chests, the most important blocks in the stash. So let's do this now and start placing them. We're gonna place 4 double chests in each part of the stash, 2 in one row and the second row 1 block higher. I think it's looking pretty nice so far. Let's try not to mess this up. More diamonds and next sea lanterns. Yeah, I think that's looking really good. The walls are almost done. I hope you like this design. Let's also place down some armor stands since everybody has them in their stashes. Then we can move on to ceiling. To make a little contrast, I'll add gold blocks to this part of the stash. I hope it fits the whole design nicely. The last part of the ceiling is gonna look exactly like the floor. Okay, now we can move on to building the sides of this room. For this, I'm mainly gonna use emerald blocks. On this side, I'll also add a special place made out of netherite blocks for my most valuable items. Let's add some armor stands here. I just need to replace these few emerald blocks with blue planks and this part is ready. I think this is really looking nice. I'm actually proud of my work. Now, let's place down some of my banners. By the way, if you want one, you can get it on my YouTube streams. Now, let's place down some beacons. Yeah, I need to buy some more, so we have 4 beacons on each side. And now the main part of the stash is ready. Though I will fill the chest after the rest of the stash is completed. Now I have to add another thing to my stash, a long hallway for storing my banners. So let's start mining. And cave again. Oh my god, bro. At least it's small, so we can just fill it with deep slate blocks. Now that the tunnel is done, we can turn it into a nice looking hallway. Done. It turned out I have 2 shulkers filled with them, so I need a lot of space to keep them. Now it's time to build the last part of the base, where I'm gonna stash all of my map parts. But before I place them on the walls, let's put some mob heads on the armor stands. And now elytras. Like, bro, right behind me are about $2 billion worth of items. Now I can place down my 2 enchanted tridents and let's start actually filling the stash. I also need to buy 2 more wither skeleton skulls to finish the design. Now that this part is ready, let's place down all of my mob parts. And I think the base is now completed. Just look at all of these items. They are literally worth billions. Oh, actually I can also add these 6 shulkers that I also found in my ender chest, with some fireworks, enchanted books, instant damage potions. I will add spawners too, because why not? I think here, right above the elytras, they look pretty good. Okay, now the base is actually completed. 3 billion worth of items in one base. I hope it won't get traded. If I lose this, it's gonna be over for me and I'll have to start to grind all over again. I really don't want that. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please don't try searching for this base and have a nice day. Ciao!